So, Lloyd, what's your game concept and how's it going?
Okay, so it's going well. The concept is that you're trying to make the sun rise. And unfortunately, the darkness keeps attacking and keeps pushing it back. Now, the way you do that is you have these shaman here, and every so often you have to perform a ritual controlling crows that will push the darkness back. As you can see when I come to play here, so far we have it that the darkness attacks and you can control your crows. And in another version of the game, it does push the sun down as well, but we haven't got that on this one. But unfortunately, the longer you leave the darkness, your shaman get more tired, and the crows become less obedient to you and start going a bit haywire. So you have to keep performing a ritual, which we haven't quite worked out yet what you're going to do, in order to keep your crows obedient to you.
Okay, Lloyd, thank you.
Oh, with the not match me guys. So the idea is that it's a 1v1 combat arena where the way you cast spells that can affect the game state is you have to lay down nodes in certain geometric patterns. Depending on which pattern you lay down, different things happen. And so the main idea of the game is that you have to move to collect power-ups to make you more powerful, but you also have to move to avoid other spells, and you have to move to cast your own spells. So the idea sort of behind it all is that movement is your resource in the game. You have to decide whether you use it to move in the game, collect power-ups, cast spells, dodge, whatever. So it should end up being sort of a zone-controlling, tactical arena shooter type of thing.
Is that a single player?
1v1. 1v1. Well, I guess XVX, but 1v1 for
Maybe at the bottom of the list is multiplayer support, online, like MMO. MMO is definitely on the list, I think.
In-app purchases is somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Hats.
Okay, so how's it going?
Pretty good. So we hope that at this point we have the ability to cast different spells while making different shapes, and that's pretty much what we have. So this is our character. We can move around, which is nice. We can drop nodes and we can fire them, so that we can make one type of spell by dropping just one node. If we drop two, we can fire something, and if we drop three, we can fire something in that direction of a different type. So we can make 3 spells, which is sort of where we wanted to get to. The geometry all works, the back end's reasonably usable, which I think is pretty good. None of us had loads of experience with Unity. Chris had some, but not loads, so we're pretty happy. It's good.
What's your concept and how's it going?
Okay, so the basic concept is kind of like a herding game. So we have it's a 2-player single screen. One player's like a bad guy, and he's trying to herd lots of people and animals into this pit of lava. And one guy's a good guy, and he's trying to get all of the animals and people back into their houses. And it's basically the first one to save, say, half the village or kill half the village, whichever one wins. And that's about it.
Brilliant. And how's it going? What have you done so far?
Pretty good. We've got all of the herding mechanics working. And we've just finished the menu. We've got most of our like main placeholder stuff in, and we're just finishing the animation on. We're pretty close, yeah.
That's excellent. Thank you very much, guys. Well done and good luck.
You play someone who has OCD, and after each day it gets slightly worse and slightly worse, so you have to remember what rituals make you feel safe and able to go out in the world. And each day there's a new little ritual you have to do to be safe.
At the moment we've got 2 core mechanics, one of which is we need, and one of which is nice to have. The first of which is, so you have these anxieties, and you've got to try and figure out how to calm that anxiety. So like your anxiety might be, I'm going to get robbed, I'm going to get robbed. And then you have to figure out, if I check the locks, that will soothe that. Also, what we might try and do is have the mouse move involuntarily towards places that are causing you anxiety, so you don't have complete control of what your mouse.
Okay, Tommy, how's it going?
Well, I hope we'll see. So, do you want me to talk about?
No, tell us what you've made, the progress you've made so far.
So we're making a game where you are someone with OCD, and you feel more and more anxious, and you have to do these rituals to make yourself feel calm. So currently, I'm making this apartment with different objects to interact with. And Richard here is working on some of the logic for how the anxieties work and what you need to do to soothe yourself. So it's kind of like a mad point-and-click adventure with lots of different quirks.
That's lovely. Is everything going okay? Is there anything that you're stuck on, or
So far, it's moving along nicely, but I'm sure that won't last.
Brilliant. Good luck for the rest of the game jam, guys. Have a good day.
Human Resources, which is a game about being the chief recruiter for an evil cult. So you've been tasked by the head priest to fill a number of vacancies that he may have, ranging from human sacrifices to head priest. We're putting together something. It's about a game about information, so you'll get CVs which will give loose descriptions, and you have to try and look through the CV to see what the different numbers and things that might be going on underneath in order to select the best candidates. So we're still putting it together at the moment. It's all very basic. We can just show a job and browse through a number of different CVs at the moment, but it's all very, very, very just test data at the moment. Andy's been working on a CV generator so that we can actually procedurally generate all the candidates and put them together. And we've got some bits and pieces for it at the moment, but it's not very good. So we've got Joe Bloggs down here, who is a trainer at the supermarket, and he has skills in picking on the weak and dancing, and his hobbies are necromancy and lounging. But we haven't quite got him into the system. So that's about where we're at.
Excellent. That sounds excellent, guys. Thank you very much for your time. We'll see you again soon.
On the other player to try and kill them. So just standard kind of similar to Smash, just kind of arena battle. And so, for example, you can pick up rock and fire, and then combine them to make a magma rock, or fire and water to make them into steam. And there'll be a bunch of different combinations, and it's just a really short, fast-paced, cool, fun game.
Is everything going okay, guys? You getting there? Excellent. Right. Thank you very much for your time, guys.
Hello, my name is Robin, and this game is called Bare Necessities. The game is a turn-based survival about a bear and its cub, for survivors. So that's the daily ritual. The idea is that there would be an HP and a hunger bar, and it's a turn-based game. So when you end the day, that's the end of the turn, and the creatures, you've got to fight them off, and fight them off will do a dice roll, and whoever wins the dice roll attacks the other person. So essentially, it's you can't really win it, and it's just a survival.
Tell us about how the game's been going so far.
Well, our game's Bare Necessities. It's basically a resource management game based around a bear and its cubs. You've got to try and help your cubs not get killed by the coyote over there that moves towards you every turn. So you can either fight monsters, eat fish, or fish with more food. And that's pretty much it. We've had a few troubles with programming, but we've overcome them quite easily by talking to each other, which is pretty good. Robin's been doing most of the art for me, but yeah, I know I've been doing most of the programming. It's just us two doing it. We're first years at Southampton, so it's not a difference.
That's very good going, guys. So what have you got to do next? What's next on the plan?
Next is probably we're going to do random events happening within the game, so you can increase your health and stuff like that. So yeah.
The basic mechanics so far work. It's just adding a bit of depth to it right now to actually make it feel more like a game and have more gameplay to it.
Brilliant. That's ace, guys. Good luck for the rest of the jam, and we'll see you again soon.
Lovely ancient console called the Sega Mega Drive. It's about 25 years.
Some people have heard of it. It's a bit obscure.
It's about 25 years old now, and it's very limited. We've got very little memory, very little CPU time. It's
few number of colours to use for the palette.
Yeah. Oh, you can look at the sprites over there. That's what's
Okay, so this is the sort of sprite work I'm working on at the moment. This is kind of the kind of theme of the one of the parts of the game is that the characters can switch their colour and attack enemies. Oh, we got sort of working. There we go.
Right, I'll try again. So this is running on the emulator, which is as good as we can do at the moment. But we've had it running on the actual hardware. So yeah, it's a horizontal shmup for 2 players. One player will control the craft. Another player will control the little old lady in the back with a shotgun, I think, shooting the enemies. But there's a bit of an Ikaruga in there as well. You can switch between, what would you say, black and white, John?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can, so there'll be dark and light enemies, and you'll need to switch your cannon to take out the appropriate coloured enemy. So yeah, it should be quite hectic. We don't have collision detection in there yet. We don't have death. We've just got a few waves happening. Our main programmer Matt is going to be back soon to do all the hard work. I'm really working on the design and the object coding, I guess. Matt's doing the core engine stuff, and John's doing the art. And Mike over here is writing some actual Mega Drive music using some old school tracking software. Have a word with Mike.
I've been a bit hungover, so I haven't really done anything. But here's the tracking software. I can write for Sega Genesis or Master System or any of this. I can write for NES or a Game Boy if I wanted to. It's very extensive, but I've been trying to learn as I go along, which is quite difficult. But it's basically play like that.
Can we hear something, Mike?
Probably. I need to unplug my headphones. Stop. Oh, I need to reopen it because I plugged it into here, so I need to reopen it.
Don't worry, it's cool. It's cool. We trust it. We trust it sounds awesome.
It does. It will. It will sound
game. Excellent. Right. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Things going. Tell us about your game and how it's going today.
Yeah, it's going good. So our idea is that the internet has taken over, and it really likes these challenges that people do online. So it's taken it to a whole new level. And now there's a trial by fire challenge, where you have to try to get through this ridiculous task and not die. We spent the first day doing all of our graphics, and we spent this morning recording our sounds and making our music. So now we just have to make the code for the game that stitches it all together. And should be good. We've got a little bit going already, but it's bit by bit. We thought we'd do all the asset creation first, and then have 24 hours to actually make the game from it.
Yeah, you feeling confident?
Yeah, I think we'll finish what we set out to do.
Well, you had anyone play test it yet? What do people think? Have you play tested it yet?
We're just testing to make sure that things work. We haven't really got a level set up, but we've had people listen to the music. We're going for the only use your mouth to make sounds diversify.
That's a lovely diversifier.
Everyone finds the music to be pretty fun.
Awesome.
It's all good.
Great work, guys. Good luck for the rest of the jam. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers, bye.
What we've got is it's a dungeon crawler. You sort of go through and you've got to pick off the literally the limbs of your enemies and use them in ritualistic sacrifices, and sort of like a Minecraft style crafting system of you've got a ritual. Oh, I need 10 goblin bones. Let's rip them off the goblins and then put them in the ritual.
Dungeon crawler with alchemy. You take monsters' limbs, you rip them off. You use them in ritual casting to cast spells. You've got to try and find the stairs to heaven out of alchemist hell. That's the concept. That's that's the concept we're working on.
The start of the game, you basically a ritual goes wrong, and you have to find pieces of the stairway to heaven to kind of rebuild to escape alchemy hell. Basically.
Guys, how's the game jamming going?
It's been going good. I'm kind of running on 4 hours sleep, but it's been great. Yeah, we've sort of got a little randomized dungeon crawler. It's not kind of fully finished yet, and the second we hit combat, it's gonna kind of die. But basically, you randomly go around very slowly. Apparently, see now combat's run. So can I run? Oh, I can't. I haven't programmed running yet. So the way it's going to work is you attack the enemies with various rituals and stuff to sort of kill them using the disembodied components of your enemies. Your objective is you're trying to find the stairs to heaven to escape alchemy hell, where you essentially got yourself. It kind of goes through these random areas that all look the same as you keep going through, and eventually you're trying to just find these stairs to get out. So you're going through the rituals of trying to move. It's been a fun process so far. Yeah, you've had fun, haven't you, Dave?
Yeah, I've had a lot.
We've got a pause menu. It looks kind of prettier than that.
This is basically the pause menu so far. So these are all the items that you can collect in the game. And these are the rituals that you can cast on your enemies and how you create them. It's not working just yet, as that will have how many of each item you'll have.
Because we've still got to as well push this over here, because he's been sort of making it pretty, and I've been trying to sort of get it to semi-work.
Yeah, I've just been making the mobs and rituals.
Together with our team, we've done fairly good. It's been great.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, guys. That sounds great. And we'll see you later in the jam. Well done.
Essentially, at its core, it is your standard sort of space shoot 'em up. You've got your big boss ship here, who shoots out all sorts of crap down here. The boss has 3 segments here, and in order to destroy the boss, you have to destroy each one of these segments at the same time. It has 3 parts. In order to destroy the ship, you have to hit all 3 parts of the ship simultaneously. So your first ship, you fly it up, you dodge all the bullets, you hit the first part. You then got to time the second part to dodge the bullets and then shoot your shot so it hits at roughly the same time as your first one did, and then do the same thing again with the third ship, without dying in between. I'm going to make sure I get this one level working, and then it shouldn't be too hard to... Making subsequent levels should be relatively simple, because I've already worked on there. All I have to do is change up the pattern of which the boss ship attacks, add in some stuff like maybe some ships that fly out of it, fly around, that sort of thing, which shouldn't be too hard. So I'm hoping to end in a couple of extra levels.
It's going pretty well. I've got the main mechanic of my game working. I've got my ship who flies around here, fires the shot off at the enemy, destroys that bit, goes back in time. See, the old him goes off and does the same thing again, and destroys the bit of ship. And I died. It's working. I'm able to do that 3 times, and yeah, my ghosts run off and shoot the ship for me. So yeah, it's going pretty well. I'm just adding in some stuff like I need to make it so that so that it syncs up, so that if all 3 of them are invisible, you win the game. But once that's in, then the first level's done pretty much, apart from art and bug fixing.
Are you still going with the replay mechanic?
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's all there.
It's going.
Yeah, amazing. It's working absolutely perfectly. So I fly up here. My old self goes up there now. And then my third self.
Very good work. Right, thank you very much, and good luck for the rest of the jam.
Thank you.
And what's your game about? Okay, so our game is a kind of memory game where you draw patterns or write words, and then each time you write a word or draw a pattern or play a drum beat, you learn it, and then you have to play all the ones you've learned so far from the start, go through, and then it adds one, and then the goal is to see how many you can remember. Brilliant. It's a single player game? Yeah. Excellent. And what tech are you using?
We're using an engine called Amulet.
Called?
Amulet.
Amulet.
Yeah.
And what language is that?
It's in Lua.
Lua. Excellent. Is it going well so far?
It's going slowly, but it's fun.
Brilliant. Great.
How's it going?
Yeah, I think we're quite happy with how it's going at the moment. We've been working completely separately for a day, and we've just partnered our work together, and we got it working in 10 minutes, so we were pretty happy with that.
And what have you got in there so far?
So we've got one puzzle which takes a word out of a dictionary and writes it out for you, and then you just type it in again and it will check that. We're going to have 2 other types, and we've got like an overall game manager that will organise the types and put them on the screen here, so you'll see how many different puzzles you've got lined up. And each one will slide on and you'll do the puzzle and then it will disappear.
How much is left to go? Are you feeling confident of getting your features in?
I think we're on schedule.
Yeah. Brilliant. Have you had any play testers yet? No, we haven't. Okay. So hopefully overnight, I guess, guys. Yeah. Brilliant. Well done. Thank you very much for your time. Good luck for the rest of the jam. Thanks.
What's your game about?
Our game is about some monks who have to charge up some relics by meditating and increasing the Zen bar in the game. The game is called Zen bar, but unfortunately, as you can see, Zen bar, unfortunately there's some what I would like to call vandals as the other team, and they're going to try and distract the monks from meditating and getting their Zen up, and they're going to destroy relics and stuff and take the Zen bar right all the way down, and whoever has the most Zen at the end of the round is the winner. So,
okay, how long's the round?
No idea. Possibly.
Depends on balancing.
Yeah, definitely.
So how many players is it?
No limit. Maybe
okay.
32, 64.
Huge.
Maybe 128.
Going, guys, how's the game?
Not bad. We've got some multiplayer stuff going on, so we can host the game. So this is cool. So this is like a server client host, and then we can also join in over here. Okay, now we got 2 people in, which is pretty sweet. The idea of our game is basically to play as monks and meditate around some relics. So we've just been getting some little RPC functions in there and stuff. But yeah, core mechanics done. We just got to get some measuring of the Zen and stuff and make it look pretty.
Yeah. So, how are you gonna make it look pretty? What are we lacking? It looks quite nice, but
well, tonight I'm gonna take my graphics tablet home before going to bed. I'm gonna draw up loads of textures and stuff.
Brilliant.
Then bring that back tomorrow morning, and hopefully everything will go awesome.
Cool. What about sound? You got sound in there?
Yeah, that's tomorrow job. Yeah.
You had anyone play it? What's the feedback been like?
Only us. People have been looking at it, but yeah, we really don't want to play it, so it's a case of tweaking it now.
Right, well done, guys. Thank you very much for your time. Good luck for the rest of the jam.
Cheers.
Well done.
Cheers, mate.
What's your game about?
Okay, so the idea of our game is you have to race around different tiles, try and get the pattern before your friends do. Okay. So you're like little ball creatures, and you'll roll around and space, bounce off each other, and so we're over a like lava pit, so the tiles will be falling away and things like that. And so yeah, just the idea is to complete the pattern before everyone else, pretty much.
Really?
And then you win.
What technology are you using?
We're using Unity.
Cool.
And
how are you doing the controls? Because it looks quite.
At the moment, we've just got 2 people playing on keyboard.
Okay.
But we've got a ton of Xbox controllers in the bag, so we're going to settle that up there.
Awesome. Thank you.
How's it going? What have you done so far?
It's going well. We've got the game kind of running now. So you basically are the balls and you're after the symbols. So we've just changed it up now, so you can race around for the symbols. So, I'm not sure which one I am. You're that one. So you get it, and then destroying your edge. There you go. And then the floor, the tiles of doom fall away, and only the winner.
Nice. It's looking very complete so far. What have you got left to do?
So got a bit more to do. Like we need to restart that. Some more scoring
That's going to
elements,
take all night, that reset.
textures, and then we're just going to iterate on it and add power-ups and things.
Nice. You have much play testing?
No. Also, we're going to need to hook up its controller coding, so you can plug in some controllers. So you can have everyone keyboard. Make it work with everyone around the keyboard. There.
Good progress, guys. I really like that. Well done. Good luck for the rest of the jam. We'll see you soon.
Thanks.
What's your game about?
It's a top-down, 2-dimensional game. We're doing it in C++ with Allegro. Basically, it's a 2-player game. You've got the religious fanatic chasing one of the network, the virgin, the person who's going to be sacrificed. It's like a maze. It's just going to be sort of dungeony effect. And the idea is the person has to grab the chasee and then drag them back to the altar to sacrifice them. And the chasee has to find the exit, has to run away to the exit. to fit both the characters on the screen, so we don't have to do split screen or anything. Basically, the closer the chaser gets to the chasee, the more it zooms in. That makes it more difficult for the person being chased to find their way out of the way. So it's in their best interest to be further away. It zooms back out again and they can see more of the map.
Well, what we have running right now is this. This doesn't actually include any gameplay or player controls. This is just some stuff for testing. I'm working on implementing the actual player characters in the game right now. Yeah.
Go on. So what have we got left to do? So you implemented the player characters, and what are the input and outputs going to be? What are the controls like for this game?
So there are 2 players, and each of the different players is controlled by different keys. So one player is controlled by WASD, and the other by arrow keys. And yeah, we still have a lot left to do.
But there's still time.
Yeah.
Still time.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time. That sounds good. Good luck for the rest of the jam.
Thank you.
What's your game about?
So our game is called Bane, and it's about it's a one versus many board game in which the summoner, the cultist, has to try and summon a big bad before the investigators come and stop him. And we tried to make it so that it's more fun for the investigators. So instead of just chasing them around and then you can kill them whenever, you have to stop them at the point where they're summoning the creature. Otherwise, it might get be over very quickly.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's what we're trying to do.
Excellent. So it's a board game.
Yes, a board game.
Impressive.
So card game.
You're currently designing the map there.
Yeah. So it will be sort of 1 versus 3 at the maximum.
Yep.
So the cultists will start off somewhere, and the investigators will be spread around the map. And there'll be clues as to where the cultist is by which route they've taken and how many colours they've taken. So if you have sort of red, red, green, you know that they've gone red, red, green, like back and forth, or around a certain amount of paths. So that's how you try and find them. And then we have like cards with effects. So, okay, maybe you can scry within this area is the cultist in that area. If not, then you can try somewhere else. Or like maybe you stop an investigator from moving for a turn, stuff like that.
And what's the win condition?
Pardon?
What's the win condition?
When either the investigators stop the summoning, or the cultist gets away with the summoning without being stopped.
How's the game going so far?
Oh, it's going pretty well, actually. Thus far, we've managed to actually get a physical printout of the map, all there ready to go. I'm currently working on the layouts for the point scoring cards, and we've just recently finished the all of the different special action cards that you can do. We've also we've currently got the digitized version going on, which is making progress. I run into a few issues with line renderers, but that'll be fine. We're pretty much, once I've finished this, got a bit of work here, we're going to start actually putting them on physical cards, and then we'll be able to playtest.
Awesome. So have you playtested any of it yet? Have you prototype? Okay.
No, the cards that we're doing are how you win the game and all the little extra things you can do that will make it not boring. So there's no real point in playtesting at the moment. I'm going over the maths of how long it'll take to win and whether you can get the required points in the required time. So it should still be functional. We're going to find out if it's fun by playtesting a bit.
Is it going to be any interaction between the digital and the paper version? Are they sort of
not at the moment. The digital version is a port of the game into Unity.
Awesome.
Rather than a companion app.
Great work. Thank you very much, guys. Good luck for the rest of the jam.
Cool.
Thanks. Thank you.
Spin them over and pass the parcel.
Zach, here you go.
It's a 2D battle
Just
arena,
read it.
and
Zach,
it's a 2v2, whereby you've got a shaman and you've got a warrior, and
multiplayer.
Multiplayer, yeah. It's only going to be on one screen, so we're basically linking up multiple keyboards, so
cool.
we've got enough control schemes, and the warrior has to collect items so that the shaman can perform ritualistic spells, and the whole aim of the game is to kill the other team's shaman, and effectively that's about it.
How's the game jam going?
Yeah, it's going alright. We've done the slightly silly thing of trying to make our own engine from scratch, so we're using C++ and OpenGL, and we've kind of got to the point where we can start making the gamey bits. We had some nightmarish issues getting textures loading that was due to kind of silly mistakes, but
Yeah, again, so the kind of game that we're going to make is going to be 2 players to 2, so hence why we've got 4 players moving around here. And each team is going to have a warrior and a shaman, and the warrior can go out and collect items for the shaman and also try to attack things. And then once you've collected items for the shaman can then cast spells, and it's basically the aim is to try to kill the other team shaman. So you have to defend yours as the warrior while also collecting items to try and help your shaman attack the other one, or try to knock out their other shaman.
It's brilliant. How many players does it support? Is it 2 player or is it?
It's 4 player teams of 2.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you very much, guys. Good luck for the rest of the jam.
Yeah. Okay.
So what's your game concept?
We're making a virtual and physical board game using a thermal printer, which is a till receipt printer. So that's an output. We print out the cards for the board game, which have barcodes. So we scan them in with a mobile phone, which then hooks up to a server, which hooks up to the virtual board itself, which is here somewhere. Which then...
Not yet.
Very early stages.
That's fine. No.
Which then from there goes back to the cards, and then it all loops into each other.
And what's the aim of the game? What's the player trying to do?
At the moment, we're just kind of messing with the technology. So we do have a game idea, but we're not sure we're sticking to it yet. So we'll keep that under wraps.
Awesome. Excellent.
Okay, guys, how's it going? Tell us about your game.
Cool. So we're making a physical and virtual board game at the same time, and we've got different things that bring it in between those 2 parts. So we've got a thermal printer. This is what we're using to create our cards for our game. So here's an example card. We're printing out barcodes, which then can be scanned in with a phone to bring it back into the virtual game. We're using Johnny 5, so an Arduino to connect that. So if you come round, another thing we're using.
Jog around the table.
Whoa! Peter Jones, he's the star of the show.
So we're focusing less on the technologies and more on the hardware, but this is kind of an example of the board game. So we have a quick whiz of pieces going round. But what this does is connects into the receipt printer and a coin hopper, which dishes out the currency. So rather than a physical currency, we're working with rather than a virtual currency, we're working with a physical currency. Can you turn it off? It's really noisy. And then we're going to use this to feed the currency back in.
There's money going everywhere!
Yeah,
So basically it's a mess.
This is brilliant, guys. It's going to be really difficult to upload to the Global Game Jam website, but it's great.
It's easy. We'll have all the ingredients on the page, so that people can quickly
a pick list so you can buy all this stuff online. That's brilliant. That's awesome, guys. Well done. Good luck for the rest of the jam. I hope it goes great.
I'm Darren. We're not making a computer game, we're making a tabletop game. And we wanted to explore sort of the social aspects of ritual, the rituals perhaps that we don't even know we have.
Meeting the theme of ritual, our game is comprised of players being gods that are trying to either meet the demands of a particular village or people. So the people are performing rituals because they want some sort of thing from the gods, so we're trying to either give them what they want or perhaps stop other people from giving another village what that village might want, to see who becomes the dominant god, perhaps in overall the entire land, in a particular village. We're toying with the idea of having some sort of way of being good or bad gods. You might be benevolent or malevolent, you might disrupt other players, you might be trying to work with other players, maybe something like that. Working out mechanics is the difficult bit.
Okay, Simon, how's it going? How's your board game coming along?
So, yesterday we decided that we were going to make some sort of board card sort of game, something physical in the real world. So we had some ideas last night and all went away, and we've all come back today with some different ideas. We're trying to work out how they sort of integrate with each other, and how we can make those sort of mechanics all work together. It's been quite interesting. So we've been doing some sort of play testing, trying out some ideas and then mixing them up and doing more. I've kind of gone on to a little bit of a different tack, as have the rest of my team over here. So I'm looking at something involving rituals with the weather and what you might have to do to try and get particular weather to try and happen. And I'm looking at trying to do something very physical. These guys are looking at the rituals of social interaction and social engagement, how you might have friends and I don't know, other people socialise and engage in a party and that kind of thing. So we're trying some different ideas, but we're going to hopefully come back together very soon and try and merge them all into something maybe that works all together. We'll say.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, Simon. Good luck for the rest of the jam.
No worries. Thank you.
We're kind of doing something a bit like Settlers meets Populace. So the idea is that you have a little bunch of villagers and you have a bunch of really angry, vengeful gods. And if you don't get them their sacrifice or their sort of offering in time, then bad things happen to your village.
It's currently called Cheese Fortress as a code name, even though there's no cheese in the game yet. So the concept is that you're basically in charge of a little tribe of villagers who are trying to survive while they have 4 angry gods who are demanding sacrifices from them. So you have to basically do rituals to try and sort of appease your gods. So it could be things like giving one of them a wooden pony, or one of them wants 10 bushels of corn, otherwise they'll make a volcano happen. So it's that kind of thing. So you're basically trying to manage your tribe to produce all the crops and build things and keep the gods happy. And you can also delay their wrath by sacrificing one of your villagers to the gods.
Is the game ready? It's a very ghetto setup. Okay, Mike, how's the game jam going so far for your group?
It's looking good. So this is currently called Cheese Fortress, but the name is going to change. There's no cheese in there and no fortresses. So the idea is that we have these 5 gods up here. Currently we've only got 1 god, which is your tribe itself. So this is my little guy, and I can build stuff. So I can build a town hall, put it down. All my little villagers come over and get excited and check out the town hall. So here I've got a quest called Big Farmer. So I need to build a farm. So I can build a hunter, and then I can build a farm. I can complete that quest. But so that's a very simple thing that your tribe needs in order to get food. So you have some resources down here, which will gradually increase over time. That's not there yet, but soon they will start increasing. And once you actually get through some of the initial quests, the gods will start giving you things to do. So there'll be things like, we demand a statue, or we demand a sacrifice, or we demand jumpers. And the more things you build, the more stuff you can make and sacrifice. And the problem is that if things sort of time out, so the gods give you maybe a week to do something, or a few days, then they will sort of, I guess, cast their wrath onto you. So there'll be a catastrophe like a volcano, or a flood, or a plague. So it's looking quite good so far. We have things being built, we have the sort of quest sort of models all in place, so we can actually build quests. We have over there we have isometric stuff taking shape. This is currently top down, but we've got an isometric graphics engine going in shortly. And we have different buildings that cost different amounts of money, so you can upgrade buildings and you can sort of assign people. So it's getting quite close. So we're going to start building the actual catastrophes and having sort of proper quests in there from the gods, and fully reskin the whole thing and make it much prettier towards the end if we still have time.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Mike.
No
Good luck for
worries.
the rest of the jam. I'll ask you how you're getting on so far.
Okay, yeah, so this is
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice, thank you.
How do I know that and you don't?
I forget stuff. Anyway, so the idea is that there is a genetic algorithm in the background controlling some deer, and that deer evolves over time, and initially it's just eating grass. And you're the last human within the game, so I can start moving around. And the job is to control the deer population before they evolve to start killing you. So if I wanted to, I could start attacking this deer and then feeding off it if it didn't run away from me. And the idea is that you manage the deer population and you ruthlessly start killing some deer to upgrade yourself, because soon the deer will evolve to get better and better and eventually kill you. So you have to upgrade yourself so you don't die as quickly. And the idea is just, survive as long as you can and don't die. And then we also have some sprites made.
I've got a couple of rituals in. So, I mean, we've got one where you can stab deer, which are currently all orbiting in a circle, and there's a couple of dead deer doing backstroke for some reason. And we've got some placeable ritual stones to generate fields, and we've got a very rough sort of wind chime dream catchers to attract or repel deer. So it's the idea of forcing the deer where you want them to go to break them off, get too fast to attack or whatever. I think so. We've got something in the skills menu, but it's very much work in progress. There's a lot of trying to get the genetic algorithms and the simulation working at a reasonable time frame. None of us actually knew Unity before now, so it's been fun.
Did you know genetic algorithms before?
I know them, but One Hit and Freddy have been the ones doing all of that. Luckily, I've not had
that seems like the opposite of how you do it.
I've just been avoiding all of that.
Right, very well done, guys. Good luck for the rest of the jam. Thank you for your time.
Our game is a potion making game. So you're trying to make your ritual is trying to make potions. It's a two-player game, local play, same screen. You have a cauldron in the middle, your potion you're trying to make, and 4 or 5 ingredients up the top bound to number keys.
So it's a potion making game where you're fighting against the other player. It's based on colours that you have up in your top hand corner, whichever side you're playing on, and you can add or take away that colour depending on what you've been given to the main cauldron. But both you and your opponent share the same cauldron. You're both trying to make different potions, so different colours, and it's a race against time. You have 60 seconds to get that. Get close as you can to your colour. So it's a tug of war with potions, basically.
How's it going? Tell us about your game.
Right, okay, so far? We have got a demo prototype version working. There is currently no pretty graphics, but this is the cauldron. These are the ingredients, target, colours. Currently we are going off of a hue saturation value in order to win. So when you add the different colours, it gets slightly closer to the one after. So we use this one in order to get a handle on how the logic works, and we then had our team member working on the actual Unity graphics side of stuff, which I suggest you can have fun.
So this is our start of our implementation of Unity. At the moment, it doesn't have much of the core gameplay, but you can change the colour of things, bin other colours. So we're getting there slowly. It won't be long before we have a fully working version in Unity.
What do you reckon you've got left to do?
Put the core gameplay of the colours in, and tweak a couple of other UI things. We've got to get some of the other more text and a countdown timer and a start screen and an end screen.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, guys. Good luck for the rest of the jam. So, Kev, tell us about the game pitch.
So, I think it can be loosely described as a demonic exorcise 'em up. It takes place in a sort of holy room. You play the part of a pastor or some kind of holy person. You've got a stream of demonically possessed people coming to you for help. You have to make the right incantation. You have to type the right chant in order to exorcise the demon. You do that, they go into the happy clappy choir on the other side of the screen. You fail to do that, they get dragged to hell. It's a painful process. And so the actual gameplay comes from, there's going to be a companion app, which has basically a demonic codex. And so the specific demon that you're presented with is going to be in the codex somewhere. And so the gameplay is actually finding in the codex the demon you need. That has the chant, you then type in the chant, and if you get it wrong or the type or whatever.
Is that easy to find? Is it alphabetically ordered?
It's going to be alphabetically ordered. We hope to have like classes of demons as well. So you're going to go into like fire demons first, then you like cycle through, Azrak the Destroyer, no, it's Asgoth the Destroyer. So yeah, hopefully there's levels of complexity we can add every time.
Brilliant. So how's it going? Who's going to tell us how the game working so far?
So we've actually only just started today. Obviously helping out a lot yesterday. So we're about 4 or 5 hours in. So this is sort of the basic way. We've got the basic game logic there. It's just we've got to start on pretty and make it look good, feel good. We're just starting adding any animations in. So it's looking a little bit ugly at the moment. But we're also at the same time working on the companion app. So obviously making life hard for ourselves there. But
I think it's quite a nice art style as it is. Or is that all placeholder?
It's the first stages of our final character art.
Okay.
there's lots more to do.
Yeah. So what have you got left to do? What do you reckon are the key milestones you've got to get through before the end?
Just like to get it all the animations in place such that it starts making a bit more sense, having the actual demons in there and having like different game states. The game logic's there, but they're just going to add all the assets in.
I think the very first nice to have that we'll move on to is going to be sound. Like the whole game, the chants and everything are going to be making sounds. Hopefully we're going to get the entire room to do a demonic cacophony and record that at some point. I think that'd be quite nice. And yeah,
we've got a really echoey like atrium down there. I think it might be a great place to record that in.
Yeah, sound would be the primary polish.
We wanted to build up throughout the gameplay, so at the end of it, it's like a massive.
So yesterday you guys went around and looked at some of the other participants. What did you think? What's the state of play in the room? Was there any good ideas out there? Or?
Yeah, there's some very bold ideas. I particularly like the guys making the Mega Drive game. It's bold. It's absolutely amazing.
Hardcore mode, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but yeah, there's some really good ideas. Everyone's got a really good plan. Like they're thinking about it in terms of just getting something playable as soon as possible, and then start adding in the polish. And that's where we're at. We're just like racing for that line, like get it to the point where we can then start playing it as a game, and then being like, what can we add in as layers on top.
I don't think we had any, maybe one or two overnighters on the Friday night, but we did our best to dissuade people from a Friday night sleepover in the lab. But yeah, I think most people managed to take that to heart.
I stayed here overnight. There weren't many things that were still here, so you did a good job of encouraging them. Have you followed your own recommendations? Have you?
Yeah, we've actually been
stayed hydrated.
We've been using this time management system called Pomodoro. So our work is broken down into 25-minute sprints. Every 25 minute sprint, we've got a 5-minute break. Just come away from our computers, talk about what we've done, talk about what's going on and what we're going to do next. And so it just gives us the focal points of 25 minutes. You don't get interrupted, but then like every 5-minute intervals in between the 25 minutes, you can just be like, so what's going on, and getting on. Like, it means that nobody's gone there for 4 hours without talking to anyone, and I've been having a terrible time. So, yeah.
And we have had a few situations where you just hit a brick wall, and it's really good to talk about it. And in that 25-minute chunk, it's a really good way of just putting you out of the moment and going, actually, you're trying to solve it that way. Maybe it's different. We've had that a couple of times.
Sometimes it's kind of jarring because you're in the flow. It's like, I don't want to stop because I'm doing a thing. But actually, you're more than likely going to come back better with a 5-minute break. So.
Absolutely. It's good. Well done, guys. That looks really good. Thank you very much for your time today, and we'll see you at the end of the jam. Thank you.
Thanks.